Hello, this is Happy Tom presenting the third part of our discussion about what science tells us about the relative dangers of drugs. As we discussed previously, alcohol is by far the number one most dangerous drug. In part one, we reviewed the criteria used to evaluate the 20 drugs that were studied. There were 16 criteria looking at the harm done to the user and the harm done to others, including society, because of the use of a particular drug. In part two, we presented the 20 drugs that were evaluated. And in this part, we're going to reveal the ranking of the 20 drugs studied, going from number 20 down to number 1, kind of like a hit music parade. Coming in at number 20 is mushrooms. These are hallucinogenic mushrooms, not the mushrooms that you buy in the store. The overall harm is very low. It's 6, with most of the harm being done to yourself. At number 19 is buprenorphine, which is in this product that's widely used in Suboxone to treat people that have a problem with opiate addiction. The overall harm is 7, and most of that is to the self. So this is really a very safe drug. Number 18 is LSD. Its overall harm is 7, also very low, and it's mainly, pardon me. We'll go back to our list here. Number 17 is ecstasy. That's overall harm is 9, and the harm to the self is 8. Anabolic steroids, which are widely used in athletes, has mainly harm done to the self. It really is a much more dangerous drug than we know, and it probably should have a much higher ranking. Number 15 is a drug called cat. Its overall harm is 9 and mainly is harmful to the self. Number 14 is butane, which is inhaled. And this probably includes most inhalants, but its overall harm is 11, and it's mainly harm done to the self. Mifepristone is number 13, and it causes harm mainly to the self with the overall harm rating of 13. Methadone comes in at number 12, and its overall harm rating is 14. Now, this does cause some harm to others. Methadone, like buprenorphine, is used in the treatment of opiate addictions. However, it's also used in the treatment of chronic pain. Unfortunately, sometimes this drug can be given to other people and used in an irresponsible fashion, causing harm to others. Number 11 is ketamine, and its overall harm is 15. This is mainly used by physicians in treating certain painful conditions. It is also used by some people in the general public. Now we enter our top 10 rating. The benzodiazepine is a class of drugs, and there's probably up to 250 different types of benzodiazepines. These are minor tranquilizers. Their overall harm is 15, and once again, it significantly harms the individual with some harm to the other people. GHB has a harm rating of 19, and once again is mainly harmful to the person using it. Cannabis comes in at number 8, and its overall harms rating is 20, and it harms the self and others in society fairly equally. The next drug listed as number 7 is amphetamines, and its overall harm rating is 23. And mostly amphetamines harm the self, but they also harm some other people, especially when they're manufactured illegally. Number 6 is a well-known, widely available legal drug, tobacco, and its overall harms rating is 26. And the harm to self is 16 and others is 10. In my personal opinion, this should probably be ranked higher. Coming into our top 5, Number 5 is cocaine. Its overall harm is 26, with harm to the self rated at 7, and to others, harm to self is 20, pardon me, and harm to others as 7. Number 4 is methamphetamines. This mainly harms the self, with a score of 33 and a score of self-harm of 32. Number 3 in our ranking is crack cocaine. Its overall harm rating is 54, so that's quite a bit above methamphetamines. It hurts both self and others with a self score of 36 and others 18. Heroin has a harm rating overall of 55, and its harm to self is 34. This ranks it really in harms to self. It's number 2. The number 1 most harmful drug to self is crack cocaine. The overall number 1 dangerous drug is alcohol, and its harm rating was 72. This is incorrect, obviously. And my number, it should be 72, not 26. The harm to self is rated as 26, and the harm to others is 46. Alcohol is a very dangerous drug, and this is kind of a radical position. The paper that discussed this first came out in 2007, and a second paper came out in 2010, and the lead author was Dr. David Nutt, and he stood by this position. And I agree with him that alcohol is the most dangerous drug in the world, and that we need to do something to curb its use. I believe that this will mainly be done by the individuals becoming educated and deciding they don't want to have anything to do with alcohol, just as they turned away from tobacco. We hope that you've enjoyed this short video, and that you would become a subscriber to our channel. Give it a thumbs up, and we appreciate any comments that you may have. We thank you for listening to our discussion today.